What's on? All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, August the 26th, 2026. It's 4:55 a.m. here in Hampstead, Maryland. 62 degrees. It is, skies are clear. I see Orion right up to my left. Oh, you know what? I'm going to show you something before I go. Let's get Rosie going. Let's get her. Let's wake her up. Let's wake her up. Here we go. Get ready. Come on. Oh, you know what? Maybe we didn't turn her off yesterday. Ooh, Rosie's been turned on all night long. All right, let's try it again. Here we go.
Connected to YouTube livestream M2GJ_3RJBNQ. Connected to YouTube livestream M2GJ_3RJBNQ.
There we go. Rosie's on. Window is clear. We were a little foggy this morning, but I think we're going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Before we go, I just want to show you. Got here a little early today. Let's do a quick view of. Do you see the balloons in there? I put the balloons up, so that's our balloon drop. I did it. I went to, well, I'll tell you that story once we get underway. So, music's on. Oh, that's good, that's good. Let's do this. All right. That looks like it's good. Everybody's strapped in. Here we go. Seatbelts. Seatbelts, everybody. Lights are on. And all right, let's get out there, pursue some happiness. It is Wednesday the 26th. You know, this is the day. 10 years ago today, the bakery was born. Little baby bakery. Little baby bakery 10 years ago today. All right, here we go. So we've got 2 deliveries today. We got Lenny's and what a day. Lenny's is light. Lenny's is a bit light. They do have 20 black and white cookies, but they didn't get any rainbow cakes or eclairs or anything today, so they're a little bit lighter. And let's see, what a day is pretty normal. I think we had, wow, that light had actually turned red, but that's why that truck went by with a burst of energy that you just normally don't see this time of the morning, you know what I mean? You know what, just as I'm talking now, I realize I'm a little nasally. Like, I wasn't feeling like I had an allergy attack. Like, I don't feel allergenic, if that's a word. But, what is that over there? Is there a speed camera? But yeah, so there's, well, here comes another speedy little commuter. Go, go, speed racer, go, speed racer, go, speed racer, go. So when we left off yesterday, at the end of yesterday's episode, we were discussing whether I was going to go get some balloons and do a balloon drop, and I decided to do it. So I went to Home Depot and I bought some netting. I think it's going to work, and some string, and then I went to Dollar Store and I bought 75 balloons. I only blew up 50. I have a connection on my bike pump that allows me to pump up balloons. So I didn't blow up 50 balloons. Well, I did, but I didn't do it with my lungs. I did it with a machine. So I did that last night. So I kind of got the netting around it, and I put a string through the bottom. So in theory, of course, I couldn't really practice it because then I'd have to redo the whole thing. But in theory, we just pull the string out from the bottom, and the balloon should fall. Let's hope. Let's just all hope that this works out well. I think it will. I'm kind of optimistic about it, but we'll see. The way I sort of picture that happening is, she's got 8 gift certificates and 1 mixer to give away today at 9 o'clock. So I would imagine we'll do the 8 gift certificates first, with the finale item will be the mixer, and then we'll let the balloons drop once she gives away the mixer. That's the way I envision this thing happening. So I go to Home Depot. Now this is kind of a semi-cute story. I got computers lined up behind me. I got a line of traffic. It looks like a string of Christmas lights behind me. So I go to Home Depot, and I got the net. What else did I buy? I bought a couple of things from Home Depot. Oh, the string, the net, the string, and I picked up a Monster drink. So I go to the self-checkout, and I do think Home Depot has one of the most efficient self-checkouts. I don't know why. It always works fairly smoothly. It's quick. It's pretty easy. And I guess when you're in Home Depot, you don't have anything that's really, or at least I don't. I guess if you're buying nuts and bolts, it might be a little more difficult, but it's not too hard to do the self-checkout. So I went to the self-checkout. I was doing that. And as I'm standing there starting to do my, pull the items up and scan them, there's a lady standing there. She's like pushing this WD-40. Like she's got a WD-40, a can of WD-40 in her hand, and she's talking about WD-40. And I'm like, she's like, we got a sale on this today, and blah 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 about W. So I kind of looked over and I was like, wow, like you're really marketing that. I mean, this was pretty early in the morning, no, it wasn't. It was like lunchtime. But I said, wow, you're really like marketing the WD-40. Like, it's impressive. You're really out here working it. And she's like, yeah. She said, we're competing with another store. There's like some kind of competition. So they're in competition with another store, and whoever sells the most. So now, now I got my head, okay, now I'm almost like putting the whole Girl Scout cookie thing, like she's trying to win, to sell the most, and let's do this, let's do it. So I did not need WD-40. So I was still kind of thinking about it. I'm like, I don't need WD-40, but I kind of want to buy it so that she can win the contest. And I was trying to scan the Monster drink, and it wouldn't scan. Like the other two, no problem at all. I'm standing there at the Monster drink, and it was like, bam, bam, bam. I couldn't get it to scan. So I said, all right. I said, so if you come over, if you can get this to scan, I'll buy the WD-40. So she comes over to the register, and immediately, like she didn't even try. I don't know what happened. I think it was rigged. So I bought the WD-40. So if anybody needs a can of WD-40, because I don't. I've already got one. I think I have 2, actually. So now I have 3. But So that was my experience with that. But the netting, I think the netting is going to work. It's like the stuff that you put in a garden. To like hold weeds down maybe or something. The only thing I'm concerned about is, you know, where when you tie a balloon, these are 9-inch balloons, and you know when you tie a balloon you have that little rubber like knot at the bottom, right, with the like on the blowhole section of the balloon. So I noticed last night after I put the whole thing together and they're all packed in there, not, you know, too tight, but tight enough. I noticed that like in a couple of places, the little knot with the blowhole, I don't know if that's really the name, but you know what I'm talking about, was sticking through the net. And I think it's okay, but one of them I was trying to I was just looking at it and I like started to try to move the balloon inside, and like the knot was like wedged in the material a little bit. Like so of course I started thinking, I wonder if when I release the bottom of this thing, a couple of the balloons are going to hang in the net. They might. You know, it could happen. I don't know. But if it does, that's going to be why. I did go around the net and tried to kind of, you know, make sure there weren't any blowholes sticking out. Line of commuting today. I know we got a little early start because it didn't take me as long as I'd given myself a little extra time to put the balloons up. So I had to get the ladder out, put them up, get the ladder back. But they're up. Jennifer was not there, so everything is there that I wanted to do. We got some Mylar balloons, we got the little cheers, it's 10 years sign, and now we have the balloon drop. Oh, and I bought a roll, it's not a very big roll, because I was at the dollar store, of, what do you call this stuff? Like it's like maybe an inch or 2 inches wide paper, and you kind of like twirl it. You know what I'm talking about? In loops, kind of. I didn't put that up yet. Banners? No, it's not a banner. I can't think of the name of these things. But I bought one. I bought a roll because everything's $1 or $1.25 or whatever. I think that's really cheap for so I bought 75. Now these are just the little rubber balloons, but 75 9-inch balloons for $1 for 125 times 3 because there's 25 in a bag. So not bad, not bad at all. AJ was very interested in my project last night. I thought he was going to be like freaked out about the balloons, but he wasn't. He wasn't at all. When I had the net kind of laid out on the floor, he was kind of walking over the net, but he did fine. He didn't. I was afraid he was going to get like, you know, some of the net caught on his toenails or something, but he didn't. He was like a pro. He was a pro balloon drop well, he's really like a pro balloon drop manager because he was just watching. But he was watching with enthusiasm. And I think he could tell, like when, at that one time where I was trying to get the balloon untangled from the net, he could sense that I was getting a little frustrated. It was late. I was like, okay, I just got to get this done, and then I'm going to bed. And so of course he had to come over to see what I was so concerned about. But I think it'll be good. We had a good clear sky last night. I could see the moon when I got up this morning. I could see it last night actually before I went to bed too. So hopefully Thursday night. All right, tomorrow night, starting at about 10:30. Now that's when it first starts. So you're not really going to see anything at 30. But that's when the eclipse begins. And I guess it's not a full eclipse, I guess. I think when the moon is at its maximum coverage, I think it's at 93%. So they may, I believe the proper term for the eclipse is probably a partial eclipse. But 93% is pretty close. You know, it's an A. If it was a grade, it would be an A. So this is going to be an A eclipse. I think today I want to drive down Reisterstown Road and see if there's any progress on that fence. You know, the girl that's painting. So far,
Air007 says, good morning, Craig. Great tribute you did to Dolly Parton. Very sad news that she passed. Total legend
yeah.
she was.
She was a legend. That's true. Yes. Good morning. I know. Well, I got home and I realized I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to change the title because I realized I said Starlink, and I thought people are probably looking for SpaceX or Starlink. So I wanted to put SpaceX in the title, and I wanted to make a short the way I would normally make a short if I was home. Like the short that I have out there is fine, but it didn't have music. It didn't have any text on it. I don't like to get too crazy with it, but I did want to, you know, make a short the way I usually make them, because that's half the fun.
Air007 says, yeah, good idea to make it as a tribute to her with one of her songs.
Yeah, so I was doing that, and then I was like, hey, let's wrap all this together. Let's see if Dolly Parton made a song that could possibly apply to this. And it was pretty close. I thought it was pretty close. And that's why I like to make shorts, because they're just fun. For me, they're just fun. All right, let's see if we're going in here. I want to see if she's painted any more on the fence. Oh, a little bit. Yeah. We got a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna be ahead of one so we can see it good. Yeah, she is.
There's007 says it was good work, Craig. Also, I keep seeing that Bengal cat in the supermarket car park. It has a purple collar on and a tracker. Very friendly it was.
Purple car. Is that too bright? I don't know if that's too bright or not. What are we? Is that something I've seen?
There's007 says, and by coincidence there is a cat lol.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So the last time we were here, it was only the girl and the cat sitting at a it looked like just the top of a table like that. Also, I keep seeing that Bengal cat at the supermarket car park. Oh wow! So that's crazy. I wonder if it's
There's007
homeless.
says that is so cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So she's doing. Oh look, there's a little black cat. You see the little black cat looking in the window next to him. I don't know if it's. See him over there. All right. Oops. There we go. Yeah. So I don't know if she's going to do more, but we'll keep an eye on this. It's the art progress.
There's007 says, yeah, Felix the cat lol, and I did upload a video of it this morning.
Oh look, there's a guy across the street. He's probably like, what the hell? What's this guy doing? He's waiting for a bus. Waiting for a bus. Do you think that the cat is homeless?
There's zero.
Oh. I saw a YouTube clip yesterday, and it was from 5 years ago. I don't know why I keep getting all these. I get a lot of old clips in my feed. But so this clip is, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes long, and it's two guys that are driving in a van. And they're in South Africa, and I think it's like a Brinks. It's an armored vehicle, right? So I think they're probably like, it's like money or something with some value is in the truck, and they're driving along, and so it's one of these bulletproof, it's like super armored vehicle. So they're driving along. And all of a sudden you see, and you know they're going to get attacked because it says something about that in the title. So they're driving along, and you see the guy that's driving kind of starts checking the mirrors, and you can tell he's kind of like concerned about something. And then this car comes up next to him and tries to shoot in the van, but it doesn't get through because it's bulletproof. But now they're under attack. So he's driving. So this goes on for like a minute or two, where he's driving and trying to evade these criminals that are trying to. I think the criminals had one car and a truck. So there were two cars after him. There were two vehicles that were like trying to get him, but it was crazy. I mean, he survived. They survived. If the criminals had gotten into they would have killed him. They were not trying to like pull him over politely to steal the stuff. They were going to kill these guys if they had a chance to do it. But it was a pretty wild video. So look, we got a guy standing in the street. It's interesting. At least he was wearing a reflective outfit. I just thought of something. I'm probably not supposed to use the K word. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But that was the point of the attack. The driver of the van did some pretty good driving. And he was all over the highway trying to lose these guys. And they came back and they were continuing to attack the van the whole time. Another guy at the bus stop. There's a lot of people out here this early sitting at bus stops.
There's 007 says, I've seen that video before, Craig. They were lucky to survive, and streets in your area are so safe compared to UK, where we have bad people out at night.
Yeah. Well, apparently South Africa has some bad ones too. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think it had like 42 million views. So I suppose YouTube is sending me these videos because I never saw them before. They're like, hey, knucklehead, this has been out there for 5 years. Everybody else in the world has seen it but you. They're trying to make sure everybody gets to see it. Because I had another one like that recently. It had like 30 million views. And it was several years old. I don't remember which one that was now. That might have been the ostrich. That might have been the ostrich that was chasing the bikes.
There's 007 says UK is turning into South Africa due to stupid politicians robbing from the poor to give to the rich here.
Yes, the Robin Hood effect. I think that when politicians, you know, come up with these ideas, when they're running for office and they come up with these ideas to give away free things, you know, like free this, free that, and everybody gets excited because it sounds really nice. I think it should come with a disclaimer. There should be a warning that goes across the bottom of the screen that says, warning, this is not free, it's your money. They are spending your money. Like, you pay taxes, so the money that they're saying they're giving to people is really your money.
There's 007 says, I mean, my friend the Funky Prepper just uploaded his first night homeless video. He's made himself a tent with a pop-up bed and has tinned food. Hopefully he will survive the winter.
And where is he? Like, how cold will he get there? How is he uploading videos, though? If he's living in a tent, like, how's he connected to the internet? And how's he getting electricity to power his phone? Like, does he have a solar panel? Another person waiting for the bus. I think this is the most people. Either that or I've never noticed it before, but I can't imagine I wouldn't notice it. A lot of people waiting for the bus today.
There's 007 says it will get very cold in winter in Wales in the hills, and he has a friend who lets him go to his home for a shower and to use the internet.
Well, I would think. We're gonna do it. I mean, don't you think that friend, like, let's say it was snowing and 0 degrees outside. Do you think that friend would be like, hey, why don't you come over and just, like, sleep on the couch? And then take a shower and go outside. People working out. People are working out. Good, we got somebody that is headed into the bakery. I mean the bakery, to the deli. Lenny's Deli, lights out. And we have an employee across the way. I'm prepared today. If they tell me our cake pops are too
There's 007 says, yeah, his friend would let him do that if it gets to extreme cold conditions.
Yeah, well, that's good. At least he's got that. Look, I thought this guy had a Tesla. Now he's driving around in a whatever that is. I think he was the Tesla guy. All right. All right, let me get in there, get our rack. I'll be out. There's my boy, there's my boy. He's in there. I'm gonna get him. There he is. What's he doing over there? Is that guy changing his clothes or something? Good morning. How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I think your co-worker is over there. Thank you.
Maybe Tracy. Getting closer to the something.
Yeah, I see you got that sign up. Get your orders in.
Yeah, that was all that thing too. I think so.
Yeah. I thought you had a Tesla.
Huh?
I thought you had a Tesla.
Yeah, I have 3 cars.
Oh, you got 3 cars.
3 cars. I'm planning to buy another one.
You're gonna have 4?
Yeah. Oh, I like cars. This one was the 13th car in the United States when it came out.
Really?
I paid $7,000 premium on that.
Wow.
I took the delivery at 11:30 in the night, and I ripped off all the papers by myself.
Yeah.
That's how I buy it.
Wow. That's good. That's
The
pretty.
version I'm going to buy.
That's pretty cool.
The version of what I'm trying to buy.
Yeah.
And the first condition is I'll pay whatever you want, but I'll rip off every paper I want. You don't rip off anything, even the tires.
Oh, everything. You got to have it completely fresh.
Completely. I don't want no lemon.
Nobody to touch it before you.
No, yeah. I don't want nobody, nothing on it.
So does it have like absolutely 0 miles?
0 miles.
That's
I pay
cool.
extra for that. Sometimes $3,000 extra.
Jeez.
This was only 3 miles, I think.
Wow. What kind is that? What kind?
Genesis GV70.
Genesis. Ships around, or do you have one person that does that for you?
No, I go to the dealership.
Yeah.
So whatever the dealership says, I say, okay, my conditions are this.
Do that.
You sign up.
They'll do it, right? For the right price.
Oh yeah, I don't ask for this now.
All right. Well, there's an interesting character. Did you all hear that? So that guy, the car to the left, a Genesis of some sort. That car is the 3rd car of that make ever to come into the United States. Oh, you know what, before I go. So he has 3 cars. Just never know who you're going to run into. All right, there we go. Did you guys hear him saying? He'll pay like $7,000 premium on a car. Here's chocolate top cookies. I should go in there and say, no one's touched these cookies. I'm going to charge you an extra $2. Interesting character. Danish, they don't have a lot today. They got 50 chocolate top cookies. That's a lot. I mean, that's a pretty good order. And they got 26 Danish. But then, where's my other ones? Oh, here we go. So they've also got 20 black and white cookies. Paulo was here, he'd like that. And 2 raspberry, two 2 raspberry sandwich cookies, and 4 donuts, 1 apple turnover, and they're the last 2 of the large Danish. Because we had 24. Well, the other 2 trays.
007 says I would pay 7,000 premium for those donuts, lol.
You went. That's a lot. Well, I might have to, for 7,000, we could probably fly him over. I would think. I could probably fly him over. I could bring them. Guy's a car guy. I said the guy is a car guy. Huh? Oh yeah, that's a lot. Well, we know he's got 2 cars. We know he's got 2. Oh, all right. All right, I will see you tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
No, I'm off tomorrow. Today's Wednesday.
Today?
I'll see you Friday.
All right, Friday.
All right.
All right. Actually, you won't see me Friday. But I'll let that go. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what could happen. I might end up working Friday. Who knows? Oh. I guess he's off on Thursdays. He's off Thursdays like me, I guess. He probably doesn't even know it. Like, he doesn't know I'm off Thursdays because he's always off Thursdays. All right, Lenny's is done. That is pretty crazy, though. You know what I was thinking as that guy was telling me about his cars? I was like...
There's 007 says happy 10th anniversary of the bakery today, I think, Craig.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Why do I have the weirdest... It's weird because the chat is not disappearing from the screen today, which I guess is good, but... I don't know why that is. Yeah, today is the 10th anniversary. Thank you. All right, we'll leave that alone. That car, he said, is a Genesis.
There's 007 says cheers, Craig, and what car is that? It looks Chinese.
It does look Chinese. You mean because the squinty headlights? He said it's a Genesis. I'm not really familiar with it. It looks fancy. But I was just thinking, you know, he's saying he buys all his cars brand new when he wants them straight off the boat or whatever. All the stickers have to be on them and stuff like that. Like, it's got to be totally new, untouched. He pays a premium for that. And as he's saying all of this, I'm just imagining...
There's 007 says lala, okay, I've never heard of that. It looks okay, but not my style, lol.
As he was saying all of that, though, I was thinking, I don't know if you've ever heard John talk about new cars. And I agree with John, actually. Buying a new car is, I mean, if you got the money, great. But if not, it's, you're kind of, I don't want to say wasting, but you're spending a lot more money than You should, I think. I always buy used cars, always. Because as soon as you drive a car off a lot, you know, you lost well, maybe not half, but a lot of the value goes away immediately as soon as you drive it off a lot. He doesn't even drive it off the lot, he drives it off the boat. That's even more expensive. He's taking it one step further.
Stairs007 says I've only had one new car in my life and it was a nightmare, so much went wrong with it I asked for money back. It was a Peugeot. Never buy a French car, lol.
Oh really? I've never bought a new car, ever. Now, I don't know how to work on cars, so I don't go quite as, like I would, like John would have a problem buying a car like, you know, 20 years old or 15, 20 years old. I would hesitate on that because I'm not able to really work on them myself. Like, it would cost me money to do any maintenance. But I'm usually 5 to 8 years old by the time I buy it.
There's 007 says cars now is my logic is sound. If a car is at 80,000 miles, it's already likely to have had all the major work done, so nothing to be fixed.
Yeah. But you could run into, that could also mean that you're going to have some issues at 80,000. You know what I mean? If the person didn't take care of it. You got to, the one thing you do need to do when you're buying a used car is really research it, you know? As long as you have good records on it. But I agree. I like used cars. Plus, you don't feel like oh my goodness, the tiniest little nick.
There's 007 says, yeah, I mean the thing I am driving at the moment is starting to fall apart, lol, but 20 years old and I only paid $500 for it 2 years ago. Think of Uncle Buck's car and you will know what I mean, lol.
But see, that is, hey, you know, it gets you around. I think that's, you know, as long as it's reliable enough, you know what I mean? So that you're not left stranded on the road somewhere or that kind of thing. That could be a hassle. But yeah, that's a smart way to go, I think. Make this. I can't. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
There's 007 says the reason I've not bought another car is I am trying to leave the UK by next year as war with Russia is coming soon. All signs are not looking good and I know a government worker who told me to leave.
So you would not take the car with you? Like when you leave, it wouldn't be a place you would drive to? I guess if I was going to another country, I guess I probably wouldn't drive.
There's 007 says I can't take the car abroad as you're not allowed to drive on a UK license where I am thinking of heading law.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, I got to keep in mind you drive on the other side of the road.
There's 007 says I was thinking of Norway but it's too close to Russia and the UK so the 51st state Greenland is looking better option law.
Greenland. There's not a lot of people in Greenland. Is it easy to get into Greenland? I heard on the news the other day, a legitimate news story, so I think this is true. But I heard Donald Trump was, it just cracks me up. He loves to play with the media.
There's 007 says it's a territory of Denmark and if I have Irish passport the EU law allows me to be a resident and live and work there for 5 years.
Oh, wow. That's right. I did know that. I knew the Denmark thing. Well, that's good. Actually, that's pretty close to Russia too, isn't it? Like, I mean, not as close, because it's not attached by land, but I think Russia's up there, all over that area.
There's 007 says you were saying about Trump. And Greenland is in the middle of nowhere. Craig lol, it's 3,000 miles from Russia lol.
Oh, it is. Well, that's 3,000 miles. I mean, it's not that far. But it's water, so you can't drive there. I was going to say, oh yeah, with Trump, I was going to say he likes to play with the press and get people. I love the way he really does try to irritate people on purpose, I think. But he said, you know, we've got this like little thing going on. There's like a spat going on with Canada, trade related. But now he's talking about changing the name of Lake Ontario. So there's a huge lake between our two countries, and it's called Lake Ontario. But I think he mentioned the other day that he's thinking about changing the name to Lake America. I mean, it's just funny. Like he did with the Gulf, you know, the Gulf of Mexico. We changed the name to the Gulf of America. He's pretty funny. He'll get people all riled up about that. Oh, look, we got the plane thing going on again. The line of planes are coming in. You know, that I saw a couple clips that people had taken along the East Coast of the United States, like up in Massachusetts. I saw somebody's video clip in Massachusetts of that rocket yesterday. I saw some people in Virginia, and North Carolina, so pretty much all the way up the East Coast of the United States, people could see that thing yesterday.
There's 007 says cool, that was an awesome launch.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. I was going to look at the launch. I didn't see the launch yesterday, so I was going to go back and look at that. Forgot to do that yesterday. Over the water, so the window is steaming up outside, but I'm going to let it clear itself. Whenever we go over that reservoir, the window steams up. So I think on Friday when I go to the fairgrounds, going to try to see if I can get the birth of a cow. So I'm aiming I'm aiming to get the birth of a cow. They have and maybe they have other animals that are giving birth, but they always have a pregnant cow. I saw it one time. I saw it giving birth one time years ago. There are people that go there and they just sit and they wait. They pay to get into the fair.
There's 007 says lol.
And then they sit and wait for the cow to have a baby. Although I think they might have other animals there too. That they call it the birthing center, or the birthing exhibit or something. So it's not exclusive to cows. I wonder if they've ever thought about having a human. That would be interesting. Do you see off to the left? There are 3 planes.
There's 007 says my channel is still growing, nearly 230 subscribers now and over 120 watch hours.
Wow, that's good. That's good. I think that in most cases, the harder thing for people to get are the watch hours. But for me, it's the other way around. I guess because I do lives. If you consistently do live streams, that's a good way to get your watch hours up.
There's 007 says yeah, hopefully you can get up to 1,000 subs soon. Craig, I noticed you got another sub since yesterday, so that's cool.
I know. I guess that was probably the SpaceX Starlink videos. Look at all those lights coming in. Do you see them all? So it's 1, 2, 3. If you look off to the left, I don't know if you can see them or not, but there are 4 or 5. I see 5 planes right now in the sky. Now they're behind the trees. It's going to come out in a second.
There's 007 says lots of planes taking off long.
They are headed, I'm trying to think of what direction they're headed. We're going northwest. So they're going east. They're probably going like northeast. I mean, they're definitely all going in the same direction right now. Have you ever looked at Flight Aware? I think it's just flightaware.com, and you can see, you can track a particular plane if you want, or you can just look at the, it's not really a satellite image. I guess it's like radar, whatever. I don't know what type of systems being used to show it, but you can see all the planes. They're in the air at any given time. That's a pretty cool sight.
There's 007 says those weird planes that I see possibly spraying chemicals are not on flight radar. They turn off their trackers, I noticed.
Huh, I never thought about that. They probably, yeah, I'm sure they have the ability to do that. I've only ever tracked or looked for planes. Like if I know somebody that's on a plane.
There's 007 says I had to stop talking about the chemtrail conspiracy on my channel as it was putting off people lol.
Was it? Were you getting like bad comments? Sometimes comments are a little funny. Another delivery, man. They are rolling. Every day, man. This place is hopping. All right, let me go in and get the rack. I will be right back. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I'm good. How are you? Good morning. Yesterday you had that other guy here. You're always getting a delivery. He's ready to roll. This guy's done for the day. Well, maybe not the day. At least for the moment. Flip around. Flip. Okay. trays. Here we go. 102 donuts. 102. Pretty spread out today. I think we got it. Here are our cream filled and Boston cream. Let's start there. Glazed donuts. 18 of them. It's 20 minus 2. 20 minus 2. Fruity Pebbles, Oreos, maple, and strawberry. Chocolate frosted. Strawberry and Butterfinger. Here we've got a couple more chocolate frosted and our chocolate M&Ms. Yeah, that guy's got to be like, who is he talking to? With the guys out there, he's probably going in there and saying, you know, you're...
007 says always are surprised how useful donuts are compared to the UK law.
I think these are pretty, like I think if you compared one of these donuts to even Dunkin' Donuts, I think it's all right, you too, man. I think they're bigger than like Dunkin' Donuts. We should do that. I should get some Dunkin' Donuts and lay them side by side. I'll get Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, and ours, and see what they look like. So they only got 2 cinnamon buns today. Cronuts, and then we've got the minis. Look, we got no coconuts on here today. No coconuts. What's up with that? All right. Roll these in. Oh, here we go. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me, baby? All right. You load it up. Have a good day, guys. Don't you want me? Can you get a copyright strike for singing the song? I think you can. I wonder how. I meant to ask Hollow the other day. He does live streams where he's like listening to a band. And I would think that could be copyright. Got here just in time for a drive-through order. But she's got one of those cars that turns itself off. Or maybe she turned it off, I don't know. What was I gonna say? I don't like that, by the way. You know the cars that, like, when you come to a red light, they turn off, the engine turns off until you hit the gas again? I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like it. All right, what a day's done. So our deliveries.
007 says, lol, start, stop cars, haha.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't like that. First of all, I don't think it can be good for your car. I just, there's no way. Constantly start and stop, and that just doesn't sound right. All right. And actually, it's probably, somebody should do a study on.
There's 007 says, I always turned off that when I had my other car, lol. Chris Ayers 007 says it wears out the start motor.
That, I don't, true, that's what I was thinking. And also, I wonder if starting the car uses a little bit more fuel than if you're just sitting there under some circumstances, like depending on how long you sit there, right? I mean, obviously, if you sit there for a long time, it might be beneficial, but if it's just your average traffic light, I really wonder how long it takes before you really aren't even really saving any fuel.
County 382 says, Guten Morgen, sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Good morning. I'm guessing that you're from Germany. Call me crazy. We're in the USA. State of Maryland. $6.13. Wow, we've like made that delivery and it's only $6.13. We're way ahead of time today. This is good.
There's 007 says at Choctaw County 382, ja, Guten Morgen, mein Herr.
Welcome to our band. So we just made our final delivery. We deliver donuts, pastries. I always say donuts. That's the one I mention all the time, but we do have other stuff too. We've got Danishes, eclairs, cakes, cookies. But it just sounds like more fun if you say donuts. I deliver donuts.
County 382 says, Danke wunderbar. Now Donna says, morning all. Chris Ayers 007 says, morning Donna.
Donna. So I noticed this is kind of like the 6:15 time. You're settling in on that. So that's good, I think. Unless you...
Top County 382 says, hello Innen in Deutschland.
What time is it over there? Is that like... So, Chris, Chris, you're 5 hours different, right? In the UK? Is it 5? So what would Germany be? 6?
Donna says
7?
yes, but feel groggy. Lady Intiel says, good morning everyone. Chris Ayers 007 says, morning at Lady Intiel.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
There's 007 says it's 11:06, so I think it's an hour ahead in Germany.
Another hour? Okay, that was what I was guessing. So you're 5 hours. Germany would be 6. That was my guess. And Donna's just the same old time. 6:15, 6:16. Why do you think you're groggy, Donna? Did you wake up? Were you up late? Or did you wake up in the middle of the night? Or did you sleep too much?
Chris Ayers 007 says ja. A unsiehst es 12:16 a.m. Uhr. Lady Intiel says hello Chris. Now Donna says now I am going to try to stay up later. Chris Ayers 007 says I write in German so the German guy understands law. Now Donna says too much.
We need to get, well, it's nice to know Rosie can kind of read German, I guess. That's good.
Utah County 382 says Danke.
I thought YouTube would translate the language. I wonder if that's something I have to turn on.
There's 007 says cheers at Lady Intiel. Chris Ayers 007 says Willkommen at Choctaw County 382.
Look at Chris showing off. Do you know how to speak German? Or are you using Google Translate? Or do you know how to speak German? You can be our translator.
Intiel says cheers Chris. Chris Ayers 007 says I can speak German as was taught at school but only basics. Chris Ayers 007 says at Lady Intiel thanks.
That's very good. In the U.S., when I was going to school, they would teach Spanish or French. They were kind of the two languages you could choose from. I did French, but I don't remember a thing. Like if you go up to Quebec in Canada, there are a lot of people in Canada that speak French.
There's 007 says ein zwei drei vier fünf sechs sieben, so that's 1 to 7 in German law.
Cool, very cool. It is good to know another language, or two, or three. I think if I was going to learn another language, I would probably do Spanish. Just because there are a lot of people within the United States.
County 382 says ja, sehr gut, Chris. Ich bin der Dankbar, dass du meiner Sprache sprichst.
All right, Chris, help us out. So Donna, I got the balloons yesterday. So today is the 10th anniversary for the bakery. Today's the day. And I had the idea.
007 says at Choctaw County 382 Danke Ikhoff, Die Show Geppelhinen.
All right, what are you guys talking about? But I bought the balloons that we were talking about yesterday. So I got balloons. I made like a balloon drop thing. I'm hoping that it works.
Stairs 007 says I said I hope he enjoys the show. He just thanked me for speaking in his language.
Oh, that's good. Very good. I appreciate your help. Tell them we all said hi.
Stairs 007 says cheers Craig. Now Donna says so we'll try to catch the party.
Yeah, now that I would think that's going to be
Hala
pretty
says, good
short.
morning Craig and everyone.
Hala, good morning. How late were you up last night, Hala? Like, I never know at the end of your live streams how long it takes you to get home.
Stairs 007 says cheers Hala, good morning.
For anybody who wants to watch some cool bands, Hala is on in the evenings occasionally. I think tonight is going to be another one. And he live streams some local bands up in New York that are playing.
Hala
It's
says
very
hello
cool.
Chris.
It's
Chris
very,
Ayers 007 says Craig last Grusson, Choctaw.
what? Chris, are you talking to me in German now? But I think the 9 o'clock live stream, I don't think it'll be very
says
long.
I told him, said hi Craig Law.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. I thought you were talking to me in German. I was like...
Choctaw County 382 says Ya Danke Shen. There's 007 says at Choctaw County 382 crossed.
Holland, did you see that I made another short? I realize it's kind of overkill, although it was getting a lot of views, but I made another short of the rocket.
There's 007 says there's one for you, Craig. If you say cross, that means cheers in German.
Ah. What is it again? Prost? Is she saying it right? But I couldn't help myself from making the short because I like to put the music on it. I like to put a couple words on it. I just
Paula
felt.
says any strange sightings this morning. Chris Ayers 007 says yes. Now Hala says no, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did. When I got home yesterday, I couldn't stop myself. I was like, I need to make this short the way I like to make shorts. So I did another one. And I'm like, I'm not going to delete the other one because that had like comments on it and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm going to leave it there. It's going to look like overkill, but I couldn't.
Donna says have a great day all.
I couldn't
Catch
help
you
it.
later. Hopefully at 9.
All right, Donna. See you later. Have a good one. Enjoy your coffee if you're going to get coffee.
Paula says take care, Donna. Chris Ayers 007 says have a great day, Donna.
Sounds like she had two last.
Paula says it's not overkill.
It's not overkill. So I got the balloon set up. I don't know if you were in when I said that before, Hala, but the balloon drop idea that
Paula
I had.
says that was a great shot. I thought your video was better than the one they showed on the news.
I saw, yeah, yesterday I was watching, there were people all the way up to Massachusetts that were seeing it. So I guess you could see it all the way up the coast, I guess. But I think the further, like the later it got, the less bright it looked, because the sun was starting to come up as it was going. I mean, it was the perfect timing, I think, because of the sun. That's why it looks so bright, I guess.
There's 007 says yeah, it was a very good video. Craig did holla.
I have to credit my camera. You know, last night was a great moon night. A great moon night. I hope it's clear enough on Thursday night / Friday morning. But you could see it. Well, you could see it in New York, but it was clear down here too. So I could see it last night, full moon, almost a full moon, and then I saw it this morning. It was still bright.
Paula says, but you also were very steady and kept it in the middle, like you knew was going to happen.
I didn't know what I was filming, though. I really didn't. I was like, this can't be a plane. And it doesn't seem like comets. It looked like a comet, but comets don't move that fast. And it was way too slow for a meteor. So I don't know. And I had completely forgotten. Was that the flight that was supposed to take off like a couple of days ago? Because I remember looking at a launch that was supposed to take place like maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and it was scrubbed because of weather or something. I don't remember what the reason. I'm sure it was weather. And then I lost track of when they were rescheduling. Look at that guy up there. He's passing up at the line. He's passing on a solid line. So after the live streams last night, I made my balloon net. I went to Home Depot yesterday and bought a net. And then I've got the balloons. And I did that last night. We got a bike.
Janet says, hey everyone. Good morning.
Janet.
Chris
Airs
Ayers 007 says, awesome Craig.
Maryland. Janet, are you coming to the bakery? Or are you going to watch the live stream? Oh, look, there's a little baby cow down there. Little baby cows.
There's 007 says, at Gigianek, good morning Janet. Now Hala says Janet. Now Janet says, I sure am. I will be there in person.
All right. Do you know what I did?
There's 007 says, awesome Janet, congrats on 10-year anniversary.
Did Jennifer look at any of the...
Janet says no. What did you do?
Oh, you don't know. So did Jennifer look at any of the camera? I wonder if she's looked at the video cameras in the bakery. I created a balloon drop so that when she pulls the winner of the mixer, we can hopefully we just pull a string and then all the balloons will fall on her head. Well, they'll fall all around, primarily on her head. If she stands in the right place. Oh, is she there? Do I see her van? Is she there? Oh no, she's there. So she's fully aware of the situation. Oh, God.
Janet says, oh my gosh, that's great.
Oh my goodness.
There's 007 says lol.
If you guys look at, I pointed the camera into the bakery at the beginning of this live stream. So after...
Hala says, what do you mean hopefully? Is this untested? Now Janet says, hi Hala and Chris.
Yes, Hala, it is untested. So it's either going to be a spectacular success.
There's 007 says, cheers Janet.
It'll either be a spectacular success or a hysterical failure, one or the other. You can't go wrong. If you look at the beginning of the live stream, and for a moment it may be private, but you know, I turn it to public right away. But if you go back and look at it after we finish, I pointed the camera in the bakery and you can see it hanging over the top. You can see that it's hanging from the ceiling. I see that it's still there, so that's good. All right, guys, so we will be on, if you can make it, we'll be on again at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'll probably get on a little bit early. I think I'm going to set the camera up and just like put it in the corner or something, because since I want to be in there, maybe probably pulling the string and stuff, I may not be walking around with the camera so much. I might just have it set up so that you can see everything that's going on. That's my thought, but we'll see when I get in there. But anyway, so that's on at 9. It'll be short. It is going to be probably a short video. We'll probably just pull the names and then drop the
There's
balloons and go.
007 says cool. Now Janet says can't wait to see it.
I know.
Chris Ayers 007 says cheers Craig, see you in a few.
All right, guys.
Now Morgan says hey hey.
Morgan.
Now Janet says hope you win holla. Chris Ayers 007
Holla's
says
in there.
see you all soon.
All right, guys. I'm going to drop off this live stream. I will see you at 9 if you can make it. If not, it'll be out there. You can catch the replay. I'll talk to you. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.